What's up, YouTube, man? Welcome back, man, to another video. Like I said, if y'all new to the channel, man, my name is JR, and I did 10 years in the Georgia Department of Correction, and I share prison stories, man. I'll let y'all know what was going on while I was behind the walls. Now this is a continuation of the part one I dropped yesterday, man, how I got locked up and this whole crazy mess about as far as just going to the county jail, you know, facing my peoples about all this embarrassing stuff, all this, bro. But like I was telling y'all, bro, how my dad and them came and see me. I ain't want to call and all this type of stuff, bro. So in the county jail, bro, I was telling y'all I wasn't able to eat. I couldn't sleep. All that was on my mind is about how I messed up, bro. And this what was really doing it. Like, oh, the guys, bro, you be talking to guys. There's guys around the dorm. You might go out for your little free time. And, you know, they was letting people out for like 2 hours. 2 hours in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, and 2 in the night. And I'll go out, bro, and one of the things I used to notice a lot, bro, is just like I was saying, all these people, like, everybody just be doing their own thing, and you sitting down, you trying to look at the whole movement of the jail and all this stuff, bro. All this was just crazy to me, because I'm like, bro, not me. Ain't no way I ended up in this situation. That's what I kept telling myself, like, not me, bro. I'm like, no, not me. And I was talking to guys, bro. All the guys used to be like, man, what you got? AR? They'd be like, oh, boy, you going down the road for 10. At this time, the minimum years you could get on an armed robbery, bro, was 10 years. You couldn't get no less than 10 years in the state of Georgia, bro. And this rule ended up changing in 2013, where you could actually get less than 10 years, but you still have to do the full amount of your time. Say you get 5 years for an AR, you still have to do the whole 5 years. So dudes like, man, 10 years the minimum. So I'm like, man, I got all these other charges. I don't know what, bro. Listen, bro, it's like my whole world just came crashing down, bro. Everything just came crashing. My roommate used to say to me, my Hispanic roommate, bro, he used to say to me, I was telling him, like, yeah, bro, I got some partners. They gonna look out and they gonna do this and they gonna do that. You know, one thing that man tell me, he said, bro, let me tell you this, bro. I had a lot of partners on the street who I thought this was gonna keep it real or thought this was gonna do this. He's like, bro, let me tell you something, bro. Females, partners, a lot of families and stuff like that. He said, bro, when you out of sight, you out of mind. And at that time, I really didn't understand what he was saying. I mean, I understood what he was saying, but I didn't know the in-depth, like how far this thing go, bro, how deep this saying was. This was very much deep, bro, and I came to find this out over the whole time in the county jail and even when I was down the road, bro. People will actually start disappearing, but can you really blame people? You can't really blame nobody, bro, because at the end of the day, you put yourself in this situation, and I put myself in this situation, bro. And like the second time my daddy came to see me, bro, he came and see me. He's like, yo, big man, how can I think this you get yourself in a big man? I said, yo, I don't even know. Like, I couldn't even answer him, bro. I couldn't even answer him as far as, like, giving him a straight answer, bro. I couldn't give him a straight answer about nothing. Anyways, we talked or whatever. He was like, man, when the court date, I told him I had not first appearance, but preliminary hearing court coming up. I told him the date or whatever. He's like, all right, man, I'm gonna be at court. So he's like, how the lawyer situation gonna go? I said, man, I don't know. I said, a lot of guys that I was talking to, guys was telling me, they was like, bro, you get a lawyer or whatever, bro. He was like, bro, your case is pretty much messed up, bro. They was like, bro, the most that you could do is fight to get that 10, bro. That's the lowest you could probably gonna get. You know what I'm saying? I had a kidnapping charge too, and even though a kidnapping charge carry up to 40 years, bro. So I was thinking about that. I'm like, 40 years. And they was telling me, bro, just try to see if you could get the 10. And, bro, I was telling my daddy, I was like, hold on, bro, we gonna might look into a lawyer, man, see what's going on, though. Let me see how this dude right here talking. And one of the first guys that came and see me, bro, he was some BS. It was this young white dude. He came and he was like, oh, this is the plea agreement and this, that. I'm like, what's the plea agreement? This man said, 20 what? 20 years, bro. I said, oh, no, bro. I'm talking about, guess what, bro? Listen, man. That's a worse feeling than somebody probably just whooping your ass or something, bro. That crashed your whole world. My whole world was crushed, bro. I'm saying 20 years. I was like, bro, I can't. I went to looking around. I'm in visitation, bro. I'm talking to this man on the phone, bro. When he showed me the paper through the glass like this, and I'm looking at the paper, Bro, everything just started spinning. Everything just started spinning. I'm like, 20 years? It's like, bro, the man talked to me. I was like, nah, I'm good. We're going, you know what I'm saying, go to the preliminary hearing or whatever. And when he got up and he walked off, bro, I was walking down the stairs and I had to hold on to the rail, bro, because I tell you, like, everything just started to spin, bro. I ain't know nothing that's going on. I'm hearing a whole bunch of noise. The officer then came out the boot, walking me to my door, to pop the door to let me in. A lot of time the officers there will come out and let you in the door because they know if they pop it from the boot, man, one of the guys in the door, and they might run out and run to another door and holler at somebody and all that. So walked me down, and while he walked me down, bro, I went in the dorm, bro, and people was actually out for free time. I want to say the top range was out. I was on the bottom range, and I just sat down, bro. The officer was like, hey, man, you got to go in your room, man. You got to go in your room. I was like, look, man. I said, man, I just need a minute, man. I said, man, officer, I just need a minute. It was this white dude named Johnson. I'll never forget. That's his name, Johnson. And I respected it so much, bro. That's why I had a lot of respect for Johnson, even though he used to be on the BS sometime in the county jail. I was like, man, I just heard some terrible news. And he's like, all right, man, sit down, get you about 10 minutes or so before you go back in the room. Boom, 10 minutes up. Like I said, I was sitting down doing them 10 minutes, bro. Everybody moving around, people walking around in the dorm, people on the phone, people watching the TV, you know what I'm saying, people in the shower. It's all type of stuff going on there. People playing chess, people playing cards, all this stuff going on. I'm not hearing none of this, bro. I'm spaced out, bro. I'm gone. My mind is gone. All I'm thinking about is them dub. I went back in the room, man. So I went back in the room. Boston was like, bro, you look drunk as hell. I was like, yep, I'm drunk. He's like, what them folks talking about? I went to telling him, he's like, bro, don't go for that, bro. He's like, bro, that's just the first. You know what I'm saying? That's what they're going to come at you with you first. He's like, bro, listen, man, I'm telling you, bro. He's like, bro, the most you could do is fight for that 10, bro. Because you ain't going to get no better than that. And I was like, all right, let me see when I go to preliminary hearing what they talking about. I went to preliminary hearing, bro, and let me tell you how this court system is. When you go up to court, you know you got to go all the way up there in Clayton County. You got to walk all over there, get on the elevator, go this. And mind you, it's guys from everywhere going to court, bro. So when we go up to the court area, bro, you know you're going to be in waist chains. You're going to be in waist chains. They slap those on. I was like, bro, that was my first time putting a waist chain on, bro, and shackles on my feet. I ain't never had no shackles on my feet, bro. Bro, them folks call you over to a wall, you going over there. 2 by 2, they had 2 officers doing this stuff, bro. 2 by 2, they had a chair there, you go there, you put one foot down like this, they put on this, you put the other foot down like this, boom, you turn around, the other officer clamp you up, and there you go, walking like this. Into a holding cell, bro. With about 20, 30 more people in there, bro. Like a can of sardines. You stuck in that room like a can of sardines. It's hot, it's crazy. Everybody talking about their case, bro. Everybody's talking about their case. And you had multiple holding cells, bro. They might have the females over there. Some they had like single cells, like dudes that had high profile cases, and that dudes that was telling they was on like PC block, protective custody block, and they still got to go to court. So they co-defendants might be in population. They have them in a cell by themselves. And I'm going, boom, bro, I waited until they finally called me. Like, the attorney there called me, and we had a brief talk with him. They had these rooms where, you know, you had a phone on one side, glass separating. Asked my name, he just asked me brief, whatever. And he's like, damn, man, I could see you a good kid, but he just got caught up in something wrong. And boom, now he was like, all right, I'm gonna go in here, I'm gonna see what I could do. Went in there, bro, talked, they wasn't talking about all the charges. The officer got up, one of the officers that came on the scene. They talk about this, bro, and they try to make it seem like, you know, it was the worst people in the world, bro. At the time, they had the hands to do that, bro, because look at the stuff that I got caught up doing. And they went over all my charges, bro, and the judge was like, bro, these some serious charges, young man. She told me and my codee, these some serious charges. And I was like, all right. Boom, and she was like, all right, boom, these all get ready for bond hearing. She had told me bond hearing was like in the next 2 weeks. Ain't nothing really shaped there. There was still about the plea agreement, the 20 years or whatever. The same lawyer right there, he was like, man, don't worry about that. That's at least anything, bro. And my people was in court. When I actually walked in court, bro, my dad and my stepmom was in court. And like I said, bro, y'all know this was hard for me to deal with, bro. This was hard for me to deal with. I'm in there, I'm trying to look at him. I look at him, I put my head down. I'm looking around. Mind you, it's multiple other people in court because they come to see their family that's coming to court. And everybody's hearing about your case, bro. All type of strangers, bro. I'm in there, bro, and they talking about the case, bro. You see some people, they shocked. They like, when they start hearing about guns and hear about people getting tied up, they looking at you like you just the worst, bro. And they got you in these waist chains and this jumpsuit. I ain't gonna lie, bro. They had me in a tight ass jumpsuit, bro. Listen, bro. I wear like a 4X, bro. They had me in a 3X all the way up in my crotch. I'm in there looking crazy. Bro. I ain't got no undershirt on. I ain't got none of that. I really haven't went to the store yet, bro. No undershirt, no nothing. No socks, toes out. I'm like, man, ain't no way. Anyways, bro, they did all that. Gave me the bond hearing stuff for the bond hearing, which I already knew. I ain't gonna get no bond or nothing like that. You know, being that my status was, I am Jamaican. So, anyways, bro, I lined up. Same procedure going back to the dorm. They pack you in a little room. Like, it's a whole day process, bro. This is a whole day process. Like, these people come and pull you out early in the morning. So anyways, bro, I went back, boom. We in the holding tank, just the same, bro. Everybody talking about court. Everybody talking about time. Everybody talking about their cases. Everybody talking about who was telling who this, who that. All type of crazy stuff, bro. You, boom. Go back, they take off the shackles and all that type of stuff, bro, off of you, lead you back. They give you a sandwich or orange and all that type of, or you might get an apple. Go back to the dorm, bro. I go back to the dorm. You know I'm drunk. When I say I'm drunk, I mean I'm out of it, bro. I'm all the way out of it, bro. I go back to the dorm, you know, I'll be talking to my roommates. Like I said, one of my roommates, he had been in the county jail for like 5 years at the time, bro. This man had been in the county 5 years. He was fighting cases, bro. Multiple unaliving cases. So, bro, he always used to keep me on par. And that was one of the guys who teach me a lot about jail and how to move in jail. He's like, bro, I'm going to show you how to move. He's like, bro, you going to do time. He kept it real with me, bro. He's like, bro, you going to do some time, little bro. He's like, you going to do some time. But he's like, man, this ain't nothing, bro. This ain't nothing. He said, oh, he's like, man, I've been here 5 years. Bro had the long hair and everything. The man used to braid his own. The man used to comb his own hair, bro. Braid his own hair. When I first went in there, when they put me in the room with him, right, it was funny. I was like, man, this nigga got braids. How the hell this nigga got braids? I was like, man, I know this man ain't got another man in here braiding his hair. My home used to braid his own shit, bro. Home would sit in front of the mirror, bro, and get the doing his own shit, neat as hell, bro. And bro put me on a lot of game about what's going on in the chain gang in the county jail. And as far as me starting to be in the county jail, bro, I see my first fight happen. Yeah, I seen guys call guys in the room. And I'm like, damn, everybody going in the room, meeting up to fight. I said, this what's going on? I remember I was asking Twin about it. And Twin was like, man, yeah, this what they do. And the first dude I seen get beat up, man, I think I talked about this already. I did a story about it. If I didn't, I got to go back and check. I'll do one. But this dude, man, JB, he beat Charlie Boy up so bad, man. The man had the man head in the sink, just pulverizing it like he doing something to some meat or something, man. I'm talking about this man just going crazy. And I'm like, bro, if this is what I got to go through, I'm gonna have to learn how to fight, bro. If you know, we Jamaican, bro. We grew up fighting, but we about to hit you with something. We about to hit you with a rock, about to hit you with a bottle, we about to hit you with a stick, something. We ain't used to just going over here, hey, let's go over there and fight. Nah, we ain't never did that, bro. But once I seen that was going on in the jail, I was like, this is what I need to learn how to fight. I need to learn how to fight, bro. Because this is what's going on. And just the day-to-day living in the jail, bro. Like I said, it took me about a week before I even actually started eating, bro. I started eating the sandwiches. They give you like breakfast, 2 hot meals, and you usually get a sandwich in the nighttime, bro. And mind you, this one sandwich now, bro, they might give you the sandwich at 4 o'clock. You ain't getting nothing else to eat, bro, until at least after 5, 6 o'clock the next morning. Bro, your stomach gonna be growling, bro. I'm talking about growling, like growling for real, bro. You be in there so hungry if you ain't got nothing, man. If you ain't got nothing in there, you will starve in that place, bro. That's one of the things I seen, bro. I just started seeing all this crazy stuff, bro, how people was just moving, how people was operating. And one of the things I noticed, I was like, bro, everybody's just comfortable in here, bro. And I was asking G, he's like, nah, bro, it ain't like people comfortable, but he's like, what are you gonna do? you can't do nothing about it. I was like, man, I can't sit in this room all day. I used to tell him like, bro, I used to be sitting in the room, bro. You locked down. This ain't like in prison or something, bro, where, you just locked down over the night. Nah, bro, you locked in, bro. You come out 6 hours a day, 2 hours in the morning, 2 hours in the afternoon, 2 hours in the night. But I'm like, this used to give me a headache. Like my head just be pounding, be pounding. And bro used to see me. I used to be up, bro, nighttime and everything, bro. Bro used to be like, look, bro, you gotta start sleeping, bro. You gotta start sleeping. He was like, man, look, bro, start reading books. That was one of the things I started doing in the county jail. I started reading books to pass time. Running through books, bro. I done ran through a lot of books when I was in that county jail, bro. That's a good way to pass time, keep yourself sharp, and learn a lot of things, bro. And I remember I went to the bond hearing. I already knew nothing was finna shake for me, bro. Ain't nothing really happened for me. Came back. And while over the months going on in the county jail, my dad, this is what happened. I started getting into a lot of stuff in the county jail, bro. Started getting into a lot of fights. I was angry, to be honest with you, bro. I was so angry at myself. I started to lash out. You know what I'm saying? I was biting every bait. Once I got used to how everything was, bro. Very, very angry, bro. Anything I'd be ready to fight about. Even if at that point, bro, I couldn't fight like that, but you wasn't going to beat me. I'm going to grab you in the room. I'm going to slam you. I'm going to do all type of stuff, bro. I was cussing out officers, not just on they be doing stuff, bro. They play a lot of games and stuff like that. And I'll cuss them out, bro. I kept going to the hole, bro. Kept going to the hole. And I remember one time, my daddy came to see me. He's like, man, I came down here about 3 times already, man. Every time I come down here, you in the hole. He said, man, what is wrong with you, man? He said, man, you got to tighten up. He said, man, you already done got in trouble. Why you keep getting trouble in the jail? I'm trying to tell him, like, man, this is how it is. This is how what? He's like, man, listen, man, stop getting in trouble. So I remember I told him, I was like, man, put some money on my books. He said, man, I ain't putting no money. When you decide you're going to stay out of trouble, man, I started putting money on your books, man. Even though he was doing it before that, but he was just telling me, like, bro, just stay out of trouble, bro. I'll be coming down and see you, especially because he usually drive trucks. So sometimes he be out of town. So whenever he be back in town, he always pull up on me, bro. But when he be pulling up, he's like, bro, I'm taking the time out to come see you. When I come to see you, they say you on visitation restriction. You in the hole. And that's all that was going on, bro. And as the months went by, bro. Months went by. Until I'm not hearing nothing, bro. Until they gave me an arraignment and I was talking to my dad or whatever, and he was like, man, how the lawyer situation gonna go? I said, bro, let me see how much I could get this time down, and see, because I'm going to do time. You know what I'm saying? He was already talking to people. He was talking to lawyers and stuff like that. He was telling them about my case and all that. He was like, yo, unfortunately, he's going to do some time. So I was telling him, like, bro, don't be in no rush about nothing. Let me see what the procedure is and all this type of stuff. And a lot of times in the county jail, you have these arraignments. They be like dry runs, though, bro. They take you through the whole court proceeding. I went through a lot of those, bro. Going up there, putting on the shackles, putting on all this. You go up there, you wait all day. They tell you to go back. That's just how it was. Be that dry run. And like I said, as time go by in the county jail, bro, I started to get seasoned in. I'm well seasoned in now. Well seasoned how everything going on. The time... It's not like the time wasn't bothering me. It was bothering me, bro, but I was somewhat in a comfort zone because I'm like, okay, this is what it is every day. Every day it's repetitive, bro. It's the same thing every day, bro. So it's programmed. It's programmed within you, bro. And I'm like, man, I got to get away from here. And I kept hearing dudes talk about, especially the guys that been to prison. They'll always talk about, man, I can't wait to go back down the road. And I used to be like, bro, why is y'all in a rush to go back to prison? Prison can't be that nice, bro. Every guy that been to prison that came to the county jail, they'd be like, man, bro, this some BS, bro. This some BS. I can't do no time here. I'd be like, bro, y'all want to go to prison. But after I've been to prison, I realized what they was talking about. When you're in prison, you could actually move around. You could get your detail. You know what I'm saying? Instead, in the county jail, you were just sitting down, bro. In the room. 3 people in the room, bro. That's how they was rocking. 3 people in the room, bro. 1 on the bottom bunk, 1 on the top bunk, and 1 laid down right here, bro. On the floor. And, bro, Time and time go by, bro. Time go by. I always talk to these dudes that be in prison, bro, and I'll ask them about prison. That's why I knew a lot about prison. Of course, you're gonna have guys in there who talk about prison, but nah, man, I'm sitting down. I'm like, hey, man, let's play chess. I learned how to play chess and everything, bro. Learn how to play chess. Learn how to play all type of card games. Learn how to play spades, casino, all the pastime, jailhouse, and prison games. I learned how to play, bro. Just from being in there, passing time. I used to sit down with these old heads, bro. And I used to talk to them, bro. What's going on in prison? How prison operate? How is prison different from the county jail? Oh, you got to be in a gang to be in prison. That was one of the most famous questions that people would ask. Like, you know what I'm saying? In the county jail. I used to ask all of them, bro. You got to be in a gang. I'd be like, nah, bro. You got to be in no gang, which I already thought. You know what I'm saying? I was like, bro, it can't be that serious. It can't. They're like, nah, bro, you ain't got to be in no gang. Started telling me, don't do no gambling. You know what I'm saying? Don't take out no, don't borrow nothing from nobody. And just stay to yourself. Mind your own business. I started learning about the chain gang, bro. I started learning how to fight at this time. You know what I'm saying? They was like, man, you going to be all right. They always tell me, man, you going to be all right. You go down the road, bro. You going to be all right, man. You can do your time. So I would say you could do your time more comfortable. Do your time more comfortable. And as time going on by, bro, I see different things in the chain gang, see different situations. I start being around a lot of gang members, bro. Y'all know the gang population in the jail was spreading then real big. So I started learning about gangs, different gangs, Bloods, Crips, GDs, different blood sets, East Coast sets, West Coast sets, Crip sets. I started hearing about Muslims, being in the dorm with Muslims, bro. I knew about the Muslim religion, but you would watch old prison movies and you always see the Muslims there like a specific type of person in the jail. I started being around them. I started learning about their religion. I started learning a lot. And I started soaking all this up, bro, because I know I'll need all this knowledge at one point in time down the road. And like I said, bro, I was lashing out, bro. I kept getting into fights, bro. When the county jail, bro, I kept getting into fights, bro. Like I was saying from earlier, bro, I was hangry. I was pissed off. I was mad at myself, bro. I used to be mad at myself. I used to always tell myself, ain't no way, man. Ain't no way you just got locked up. I'm talking about this after months, after a year after being in the county jail, bro. I'm scared saying this to myself, bro. Ain't no way you were locked up. Bro. And you be in the county jail, bro, and you see all these guys. Bro, you might see a guy 4 or 5 times. He done got out 4 or 5 times and came back. You might meet up on guys who got cases somewhat similar to you, and they done caught free. They done got a little bit more less time or something like that. And you be like, man, why I couldn't get this time, or why I couldn't be facing this time? Guys facing 2 years, 3 years. I done seen guys went down the road, bro. Got out and got locked back up and come to the county jail. They be like, bro, I went down the road and I got out. I'll be like, what? And I used to be like, man, God, ain't no way, man. Why I can't get off on no sweet time like this? Probably if I got off in some sweet time like that, I wouldn't learn my lesson, bro. I wouldn't have learned my lesson, bro. I used to always say that, bro. But as the years go by, I seen how it play out, bro. Bro, it took me damn near half of my bid to really, really lock in and learn, bro. Like I said, bro, I'm spazzing out, and it was coming up to, like, you know, my sentencing, like court. So we started finalizing a lot of stuff. I went on a couple more dry runs and stuff like that. And I remember they had jury selection. The lawyer came and see me, bro. And they went down from the 20 years, bro. They went from the 20 years all the way down to 12 years, bro. They went all the way down to 12 years, bro. And I had a court date. I remember I called my dad, told him, I was like, hey, I got this court date or whatever, you feel me? I got to dress out or whatever. And he brought me some clothes. Brought me some dress clothes and all that type of stuff. Brought him up front, check him in, because I was getting ready to go to jury selection. You know, they doing it like the whole procedure, which I already told myself I was going to plea out on the 10 years, bro, because I didn't want to take this case to trial. I was red-handed, bro. How could I take this case to trial, bro? Guys who was taking armed robbery cases to trial, bro, you lose, you're getting 25 years off top, bro. Bro, I seen that happen to guys, bro. I've been in the county jail and seen guys take charges, bro, to trial, bro, and get hit right across the head. Dead across the head, bro. They be looking sick. They be like, man, I should have took that. Bro, I done seen it countless amount of time on many different charges, bro. You go to that trial and you lose, bro. It's like you gambling with your life, bro. And then a lot of guys know that they be dead wrong, bro, and still be trying to go to trial. When these folks might have offered them something less. Bro, sometimes you gotta know you gotta be real to yourself, bro. And be fully accountable for what you did, bro. I was fully accountable for what I did, bro. I had made my mind up and I made my peace with God, and I'm gonna be like, okay, boom, I'm gonna do this time. I really had to strap my boots up and everything, buckle my belt up and everything. Like, this is what it is. I'm ready to go on this ride. I'm ready to do this. So when I went, bro, I got dressed out, went to the whole court procedure, went up top. Like I said, they put on the shackles, put on the chain and everything. Bro, you go there, and I had them dressed out, bro, and it was like, nah, ain't no jury selection or whatever. And I remember they had them brought me in the courtroom, bro. They brought me in the courtroom, and the judge was like, the trial date was like 2 weeks ahead, bro. And the judge like, what you gonna do? This the final offer for 12 years or whatever. And mind you, I wasn't even supposed to be in the courtroom then. This was, bro, I'm not going to no trial. I was supposed to dress out, bro, for this jewelry thing. And they put me in court. So ain't nobody at court, bro. Ain't nobody at court, bro. They had a representative for somebody there. He came. I was like, dude, I went in front of the judge myself, bro. The judge was like, this is the last final offer. This is 12 years. What you gonna play? I'm like, I'm playing not guilty. I'm not taking the 12 years, bro. Them 2 extra years, bro. I was thinking about them 2 extra years. I'm standing there while he talking to me, and I'm telling him, bro, my knees are just shaking, bro. I'm talking about my body just started shaking like uncontrollable. Cause I'm like, man, ain't no way. 2 extra years. I told him no. Like, I stuck on that. I was like, no. And I left, bro. I went back to the dorm. And I remember I was talking to my roommate about it, man. I was telling my roommate about it. He was like, bro, let's try to get him knocked them 2 years off. And later on, I got on the phone when I got out for free time. Got on the phone talking to my daddy or whatever. And he was like, man, listen, man. He's like, what you gonna do? I was like, man, if they come down to the 10 years, bro, I ain't taking it to trial. I'm not taking it to trial, bro. I said, if I could get the 10 years, I'm just gonna sign. He's like, man, you gonna sign? I was like, yeah, I'm gonna sign, bro. He was like, man, why you don't try to go to trial? Bro, I'm not going to no trial. I'm not doing it, man. I'm not doing it. I wasn't planning on playing with them folks like that, bro. I didn't plan on playing with them like that, bro. I was at the phase like, okay, let's get this out the way. You know what I'm saying? This is pretty much what it's gonna be. I know I couldn't got no less than 10 years, bro. I couldn't got no less than 10 years for this armed robbery charge at this time, bro, in Georgia. And, bro, time passed. Y'all know this was on my mind leading up to them 2 weeks. Them 2 weeks took so long. They took forever, bro. Forever. And the night before now I was supposed to go, bro, up all night. Up all night, bro. I remember my roommate like, bro, you can't sleep. I'm like, bro, I can't sleep, bro. I'm most likely finna go sign 10 years of my life away, bro. And they came early, bro. Call out people for court and everything. You go up there, bro. You got to sit in these holding cells the whole morning, bro. I swear the whole morning. Depends on what time they call court date for you, bro. You sitting in here, bro. Packed like sardines, bro. Some of these people in here be stink. Brett be stink. Everybody's just talking. The vents ain't really working. It's hot in there. It's a whole bunch of stale ass air everywhere. You breathing everybody else's air, bro. And I'm like, man, I hate this, man. Y'all know I'm going through it. I overthink stuff. I think about stuff a lot, bro. I know a lot of people be like, man, I ain't stunting. I think about a lot of stuff, bro. This all this going through my head. And, bro, they called me to go in the courtroom or whatever. The lawyer was there, and we went in the courtroom, bro. They started talking or whatever. It was on the 12 years. And the lawyer was like, 10 years, man. 10 years that we assigned or whatever. You got to understand this with the court system. It actually take a lot of money for them to actually crank up a trial, bro. That's all you see when guys crank up a trial and they get caught up, they be dead wrong, they're going to give you the book, bro. Because it actually take a lot of money to crank these trials up, bro. Trial might last 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Some people trial be lasting longer, bro. Went inside the courtroom, bro. Folks there. You know, by this time I'm more comfortable with everything. So, you know, I'm looking at them or whatever like that. Judge, they talking or whatever. And these folks, like, they going to come up off the extra 2 years. They gonna get it down to 10. So when they say they gonna get it down to 10, lawyer there, he like, what you gonna do? I'm like, man, I'm finna sign. I told him, bro, if he could get it down to 10, bro, I am signing, bro. Bro, when that man went to talking, whoop, 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 and said whatever, I'm like, yeah, and he went to hit that gavel, poof. My knees weak. They went to buckling again, bro. They just dancing like this. They buckling, uncontrollable, bro, just like this, bro. And I'm there trying to tense up, trying to stop everything, bro, but it just out of control. And I'm there, I'm like, the lawyer like, man, you good? I was like, man, I'm good, whatever, bro. I'm good. And I remember, bro, boom, walked out the courtroom. Like, damn, bro. I went and signed the papers. After I got out of the courtroom, they brought me in a little room. I signed the papers. Whatever, I'm thinking about it, like, damn, bro, I just signed this away. On to the next phase now. I really just got this phase out the way. It's on to the next phase now. No, I'm talking about I'm finna go down the road. That's what I'm thinking about. Prison is the next phase from this. I am through with the county jail. I am got my time. So anyways, bro, boom, you know, we go back through the same procedure, trying to go back again. And while I was in the cell, bro, it was me, it was 2 white dudes, bro, and it was another young dude, bro. And he had just got 15 years on the AR, bro. Yeah, he signed off on 15 years on the AR, bro. 15 years. And he in there with me. I seen him around the county jail. I was in Unit 8 with him, but we wasn't in the same pod. He was in like 2 other pods. And this is the thing about the county jail, bro. Some of these guys, it's like you know them for years, bro, months. I was in the county jail 18 months, bro. You know them for months. So even if you never talk to him, you might walk past and you might be like, head nod, be like, what's up, bro? Like, yeah, we been seeing each other. So I'm in the holding cell where he was like, bro, what you got? Bro, I just got 10. He's like, bro, I just got 15, bro. And little bro, I really turned to myself like this, bro, sitting on the bench. I'm looking over here, these 2 white dudes over there, they just talking. I'm talking about I'm going through the same thing because I'm trying to process all this stuff that's going on in my mind. They just over there yapping. Little bro over there, he mad. He trying to process them 15 too. He is going through it. And I'm thinking about like, damn, I got to do 10. He got an extra 5. He got to do half more than what I'm gonna be doing. And I'm like, damn, that's crazy. And they kept going on laughing over there. And he just turned around, man. He was like, hey, he like, man, y'all chill out, man. I'm trying to think, man. I'm trying to think. So one of the white dudes, he went to laughing. He went to laughing like, why is he talking to me? He gave me one of them looks like, why is he talking to me? And I'm sitting there, went to laughing again, bro. I'm sitting down like this. I said, little bro, get up, bro. He get up. This time, no, they hadn't had the, I don't know how he got out the waist thing, bro. He got out the waist thing like this, but he had the cuffs. He got it off the waist thing, bro. And he over there, bro. He went right over there where the white dude at. Boom! Hit him dead across the face, bro. It was a female officer outside the door. Cause you know they got the little glass door looking through. She ran in there ASAP. Older lady. She like, what you doing? What you doing? He's like, man, I told you, shut up, man. Goddamn cracker. He doing all that and doing that. I'm like, golly, bro. He hit that man dead across. You know he got the cuffs on his hand, bro. Dead across his face. Done busted that man's face right there. Blood everywhere in the room. I'm like, man, ain't no way, bro. I'm like, ain't no way. These officers, it's 1,000,001 officers ran down there, bro. They ran down there. Where you at? Who it is? Who it is? Some of them looking at me. I'm like, bro, y'all better not look at me, man. I'm already going through this, man. Hope none of y'all don't come and mess with me. So the lady was like, nah, him over there. So they telling me, get up, get out of here. I'm getting up. I got this stuff. I'm walking like a penguin out here. I'm trying to hurry up. I said, man, no way. I go out there, bro. And I went back to the dorm, bro. And when I went back to the dorm, bro, I just went in the room, bro. And I just went to sleep, bro. I went to sleep. My dorm was actually out for free time. Like, my range was actually out for free time, bro. And I just told the officer, like, hey, man, pop the door. When I walked back in the dorm, everybody like, man, Jamaica, what's up, bro? What going on, man? And when they seen the look on my face, they're like, damn, boy. Man, some people give you words of encouragement, bro. Keep your head up, bro. You gonna be good, bro. Jamaica, you got this, bro. You know what I'm saying? People trying to encourage you. That's one thing, bro. When a guy come back from court, bro, and he walk through that door, bro, and when he get that time, you can see it written all over him, bro. Bro, I went in my room, bro. I locked the door, bro. I just went to bed, bro. I went to sleep. Slept. My roommate them come back in there, bro. And I done got up, went to talk to them for a minute, bro. They let us back out for free time in the night. I ain't even go back out there, bro. I was supposed to get on the phone, go call my folks or whatever. You know what I'm saying? My dad, he already knew what going on. I was gonna call him and be like, you know, see what's up. I didn't even do that, bro. I slept till the next morning, and like I said, I was thinking about the next phase. Now I'm thinking about chain gang, bro. I'm thinking about chain gang. I'm thinking about going down the road. This is the next phase of my life, the next phase of my incarceration life. I've been hearing everybody talk about prison, bro. I've been hearing people raving to go to prison. You know what I'm saying? I'm nervous. I'm scared. I'm anxious. I ain't gonna tell y'all I wasn't scared. Thinking about, hell yeah, I was scared, bro. I was scared. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, bro. I was scared. I was scared. But I kept building myself up, bro. I kept building myself up. And I remember I was talking to this one old dude, bro. He was like, listen. He was like, listen, little bro. We were sitting down talking. He was like, man, you ready to go down the road? I was like, hell yeah, man, I'm ready. He's like, man, you ain't ready. He's like, man, I can see it all on you. You ain't ready, man. He's like, little bro, I'm telling you, little bro. I know you got heart. I know you got heart. That's how he talk. I know you got heart. He's like, man, little bro, you gonna be good, man. I'm telling you, man, just don't get involved in that gang stuff, bro. You gonna be good, little bro. You gonna be good. West Side, old school West Side dude, man. You know, he probably been doing dope all his life. He's like, you gonna be good, little bro. I already see you stand up. You got heart. You gonna be good. Just don't get involved in that gang. Don't be borrowing no money from nobody. Don't be gambling. Everybody always told me that. He's like, man, you gonna be good, man. He said, let me tell you something, bro. It's the same niggas. It's the same niggas you locked up with right now. They the one down the road. And he said some of the realest things. These are the same dudes, bro. All these dudes is the same dudes going down the road and going from prison to prison, bro. We all bleed the same. We all, you know what I'm saying? I'm not finna be scared, but I'm nervous of the environment. This is a new phase of my life. I never been through nothing like this. And he's like, you gonna be good. I'm telling you, I waited, bro, and waited. I waited like a month and a half, bro. Waiting a month and a half until I finally got that call. Pack it up. I was happy. I was nervous. I was scared, bro. I was happy. I was nervous. I was scared, bro. And that's how my time pretty much went, bro, as far as like the whole court procedure and just learning about this whole jail stuff, getting insights about chain gang, because I knew I was going to go down the road, and me just, you know, signing out, pleading out to 10 years, bro, and not wanting to take this case to trial, bro, because I know I was going to lose. I know I was going to lose, bro. My Cody, he pleaded out too. Bro pleaded out. He pleaded out too. He already knew what it was. Plea out, bro. He pleaded out. At first, he was like, he won't go to trial. I was like, bro, you go ahead if you gonna go. He's like, man, I ain't gonna go, bro. I ain't gonna play with these folks. He was like, he was gonna try him on some technicality stuff. I was like, bro, listen, bro. He's like, man, he actually went down the road like 2 weeks before me, bro. Ended up going the road 2 weeks before me. You know, they kept you all separated. He always in another part of the jail from where I was. At court, sometimes we go to court, I will see him. They have him in separate holding cell, and I used to see him. But I learned about all that stuff, man. And like I said, they finally told me to pack it up, go down that road, bro. And that was it. And that story probably continued, bro. As far as that Jackson story, if y'all ain't seen that Jackson story, my first day in Jackson, check it out, man. That's pretty much like a continuation of here. But I appreciate y'all checking out the channel. Appreciate y'all checking out these stories, man. I know y'all been waiting a lot for this story, man. Y'all see how it was. It was a rough time in my life. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Doing that 10 years, bro, I learned so much, bro. I took full accountability for what I did, bro. Whenever you do something wrong, bro, you know it, bro, take full accountability, bro. And just move on from it, bro. And I moved on, bro. I learned so much over them 10 years, bro. Them 10 years really made me. I grew up, bro. I grew up in prison. I went in when I was 21, bro. I grew up, bro. That's what really made me a man. I learned from my mistake. That was the greatest thing, bro, I accomplished out of that place, bro, was the life lesson. And I learned how to be, you know, how to be a man, bro. Been forced in a world like this behind the walls, bro. It's a whole nother world, bro. All you get up and you see every day is concrete and steel, bro. That's all it is. You don't see nothing else, bro. That's why I said it's a world inside of a world, bro. It's like a concrete jungle. You can't see outside of it. The only time you see the street is when you're getting transferred somewhere, man. But like I said, I appreciate y'all checking out the video, man. I ain't gonna do too much. Y'all people be safe, man.